welcome back to my channel. My name is Karen Marie and this is my channel Made by Karen Marie. And today is a makes video, and this has been postponed for a long time. I absolutely adore makes videos, and I love seeing what other people make up, and they spark so much creativity in my own sewing and everything. But I have to admit, it's not my favorite thing to film. And that reason for that is I keep forgetting taking pictures of myself in my newly made garments because I get so excited. You know, when I finish something, I want to start wearing it straight away, and then I forget to take pictures, which means that whenever I'm doing a makes video, I have a lot of trying on to do. But I have now, pulled my act together, and this is going to be a video that shares makes from July, August and September. So it's probably going to be a lengthy one. Apologies for that, but I hope you stick with me. I'm also going to put some chapters in below, so if there's something you are particularly interested in, feel free to jump back and forth using the chapters below. So it is proper autumn here in Norway, as you can probably see behind me. It is very autumnal outside, and I have a day off today from work because it's sort of the autumn break in the schools this week, and I've taken today and tomorrow off work to do some things with the children and cleaning up the house and doing all of those sort of boring things. We were actually going up to the mountain cabin, but then my eldest caught a terrible cold and has not been anxious to leave her bed. So yeah, we're staying at home, and that means that I can get this filmed before I start with all my house projects. Today I'm wearing a True Buyers Nico top. This one is in a purple sort of lightweight viscose jersey, I think it is, and it's sort of 3/4 length. I really love this color because I think it suits me quite well, and I love the autumn colors, but like brown and orange and yellow aren't my best colors, so I do tend to, when it becomes autumn, I move towards the sort of jewel colors instead, and this feels very autumnal to me. So okay, I'm going to divide this up into sort of categories, so I thought I would start with the bottoms, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail of every make because then we would be here until tomorrow. And also because in some of these makes I have been talking quite extensively of in other videos. So I'll try to remember to pop some cards in on top here so that you can click on those if you want to see more about a particular pattern. But let's start with the bottoms. As most of you probably know, I've been having great fun having a jeans collaboration with the amazing and lovely Rachel from the French Seams. So we started collaborating in July, and we did pop out our reveal a week or two ago. Where we shared our finished makes, and we did sew up the Megan Nielsen Ash jeans, and both of us made a toile sort of our makes. And I'm not going to talk about this too much because we already have like several videos each on this topic, but I'm just going to show you quite quickly that this was my toile. That I have made the Ash jeans several times before this one, but I decided to do some like fitting adjustments to this, and I'm really happy that I did. Yeah, but I've talked about this, so I'm going to be like quite quick about that. Then my final pair, and I wore this yesterday, so I forgot to remove the belt, but this pair was my final pair of the Ash jeans. I used this silvery top stitching thread that's very visible. As you can see, it really pops out because the denim is so dark. This is excellent quality denim, 14 ounces, and it's a dead stock that I got at a sewing festival. Okay, and then the I haven't got it with me because I think my husband is actually wearing them at the moment, but I did make my husband a pair of the Wardrobe by Me summer pants. It's a men's pattern and he loves them. I just have to make some belt loops for it because they fit him quite loosely, so he needs to wear them with a belt, but I don't have them with me at the moment. But that pattern is great, and he really loves the shape of those, so I'm going to make him another pair soon. The final bottoms that I made, and these need a good press, but I just hauled them out from the wardrobe. I don't have pictures of me wearing these shorts, and it frankly is too cold for me to put them on and film them outside right now, so you know, bear with. But this summer I made 2 pairs of the Tessuti Esther shorts, and my word, I absolutely love them. So they are flat fronted and they have a side zip and a little like button closure here. They are very simple and they definitely need an iron, but I hemmed it with this gorgeous bias tape from the Specky Seamstress. And I have worn these so much this summer, and they're such a great shape. So these are now officially my favorite pairs of shorts. I made another one in linen too, and I love those too. Very comfortable, but they do grow a little bit more than these. Okay, so those were the 4 bottoms that I made. 2 pairs of Ash jeans, 1 Esther shorts, and then the summer pants for my husband. Moving on to dresses, and during these 3 months, I made 3 dresses. But 2 of them are the same pattern. So let's start with them. So I have been eyeing the Tilly and the Buttons Lotta dress for a long time, and it's an older pattern, and but I didn't really love the sort of the pictures on the pattern envelope or anything. That didn't look great, I thought, like for my personal taste. But then the lovely Rachel from the French Seams showed off her amazing version, and then Ruan from the Yorkshire Sew Girl showed her versions, and then I thought, I need this pattern. And I did make the first one, and I'm sorry about the wrinkles, but I literally just pulled them out from my very cramped closet. So yeah, it's terribly wrinkled. But I made my first version in this very inexpensive viscose from Selfmade, and this is one of the reasons it wrinkles so terribly. It's not great quality. It was very cheap, and you know, I was actually buying this to use it as a lining, but then I didn't want to cut into really precious fabric until I knew that the Lotta would fit me well. So I made this as a sort of wearable toile. It has an elasticated waist, but it's not like tight. It kind of only sits like so that it creates this little like blouson effect. But that being said, I absolutely love this dress. I love the color, and I have worn it so much. I've even worn it to work, even though I thought this was going to be a strictly at home kind of dress. But I have worn this so much, and I love it, which is why I decided to go for that in a much more precious fabric that I got from Rainbow Fabrics. And I made my second Lotta. This is quite like out of the comfort zone for me, like color and print wise. It is, you know, quite wild for my for my taste, but I do absolutely love it. I made the same size, and I'm sorry I can't remember which size I made because I didn't note that down. So yeah, but I put a little little rosy cheeks label in it that we got in the advent calendar from Beyond the Pink Door last Christmas. And it says the bee's knees. Okay, and the final dress that I made up these months were the Ruska dress from Named Clothing, and this is from the Breaking the Pattern book. This is a really long jersey dress with quite a deep like split up the side. So this comes above my knee, and I made it in this I thought it was a cotton jersey, but I'm starting to think that it might be a very lightweight French terry. Actually, can't remember where I got this fabric, but I'm thinking it might have been self-made. And as you can see, this is a color I really like. The dress itself, it fits me. So I mean, the size is okay and everything, but I am not quite comfortable in it. So I've only worn it once since I made it. I did make it in September, but still. And the reason is it sort of clings to my tummy a little bit too much for my liking. If I don't feel comfortable in it, I do plan on just chopping it off and wearing it as a sweater. So I might do that because I don't want to give this away because I love the color. So yeah, this might be chopped off into a sweater, but I'm really glad I made it though, because I do want to use my books more and to be a little more adventurous and try new things. So yeah, and then on to the next category, and that category is loosely called tops because that's what it is. Not all of these are going to be terribly exciting, but I do like wearing separates. I wear jeans a lot, so I do need kind of a good selection of tops to wear with my jeans. And I do love making tops, so yeah, I have quite a few of those, but I'm going to try to go through them quite quickly. All right, so let's start with this one. I don't have a picture of myself in this as per now, but I'll get a grip and then take some pictures. But this is the I Am Gaia top. So I Am Patterns Gaia. It is a like vest top, I guess you would call it. But the thing about that makes this so special are these little ties here. So in my case, I haven't sewn them like to the top. It does say so in the pattern instructions, but I couldn't be bothered. So these actually slide on my top, but you know. I also use the Cozy Club handmade, the beautifully handmade here because I thought they went well with the color. And this is made in a kind of quite loose woven linen viscose that my husband got me when he visited Algeria earlier this year. So, I mean, I have a separate video on all the things that he got me, and it was just so fun to see that he went absolutely nuts in that fabric store and got me so much fabric he had to put some of it in his colleague's suitcase to be able to get them back. I'll link that video up here somewhere if I can. But I absolutely love this fabric. It pressed really well. It does crinkle because it has a linen content, but yeah. Yeah, and I forgot to say, I absolutely love the shape of this because it is not tight on the tummy, but it's not like fully flared or difficult to layer under things. So Yeah. Okay, so the next one is it's a tank top. It's called Blomma. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it because the pattern designer is Swedish. It means flower. So I made the Blomma tank, which is a free pattern, I think, from Paradise Patterns. And this, I made this in a remnant that I had in a striped, very summery cotton jersey from Selfmade. And I did make my younger sister and her two young daughters matching t-shirts in this. And then I had this little remnant and I thought I could just about squeeze out the Blomma tank, but I did not have enough to like pattern match down the side or anything. So yeah, but I don't think that really matters. The only thing is that I wish that I had lengthened it. I could probably have gotten like this much more out of the fabric, but the next version that I make, I will lengthen it just a little bit because I have a longer torso, like proportionately to my body height. So I do often have to lengthen the like bodice a little bit to make it hit like the right like waistline and everything. But this one is just a little short. It's not cropped, but it's not as long as I would like it. Okay, what's next here? Okay, so this is one of my favorite t-shirt patterns, and it is the Galaxy Tee by Patterns is a Cloth, is it that? If it's not, I'll put in the right one. The right one. This used to be a free pattern. I think she has now priced it at something like $5 or something, so it's quite inexpensive still. And the thing is about this t-shirt is that it fits well on me, like through the bodice, not too tight, but not boxy. And then it has these really like poofy sleeves. And I have made many of these. However, on this version, I decided to leave off the sleeve band. And the reason for that was that we had a very bad summer weather-wise, but we had a few days that were quite like hot and sticky. And I wanted the airflow to be as good as possible. So I decided to leave off the sleeve hem on this. And yeah, I'm not going to fix that on this one because I think it works quite well, even though the shape of the sleeve is a bit weird without the sleeve band, but I think it's going to be okay. And I really love this color. So it's sort of a raspberry red color and it's cotton jersey. And I think this is from Stofflycke. So it's a nice quality cotton jersey and yeah. And this really lovely color. So as you can see, I really do love this color because I also had enough to make another top out of that same fabric. And this is another True Bias Nico. That is a pattern that I have made countless times. I have made one without the sleeves at all, just to wear underneath like sweaters and everything. I don't tend to wear that as much. I have made several of these like 3/4 length or full length, but this one is a like t-shirt length. And I mean, I'm going to wear this throughout the winter, I think, but then of course I'll layer it underneath cardigans, etc. Are you still with me? Quite a few things, isn't it? Okay. The next one is a top that you've seen in one of my videos, and this is the Maven Patterns a Somerset top. And I made it in a cotton jersey that I got in Germany this summer when I was visiting for my vacation. And I really do love this, this fabric. I think it's really summery and lovely. And the quality of the fabric is good. But I don't know, I have made many Somerset tops, but I have usually made them in a viscose jersey. And that means that it doesn't sit as like flush on my neck. So this actually turned out to be a little uncomfortable because it like sits like straight on my neck, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this, but I don't tend to reach for it just because it's a little uncomfortable on my neck. So I might sort of scoop it maybe a little bit and try to sort of figure out how to scoop it, and then just sort of turn it under or bind it with some like of this cotton jersey because I have some left. So I'm not quite sure what to do with it, but I really do like it. And this is the straight sleeve and in a 3/4 length version. So yeah, we're getting there, people. So in Norway, it is, you know, it's summer when it's summer, but it's winter like most of the time and quite cold. So I do love a good sweatshirt, or, you know, and one of my favorite patterns of all times is the toaster sweater. I've only made the version that has cuffs and, you know, the funnel neck and everything. And I love those. But in this case, I had this sort of fleece back or loop back. It's actually, no, it is fleece back French terry from Selfmade that I got in a sale earlier this year. It's really like quite psychedelic in the pattern and everything. But I decided to make this one a hoodie. So I used the pattern piece for the page hoodie, and then I just attached that instead of the funnel neck. And I lined the hood with a like viscose jersey. And I really do love this one. I haven't got a picture of myself in this one, but I did wear it in another vlog, so you can see how it looks on my body there. Then I did make 2 shirts. And I made this one. This is a Frida blouse by Atelier Jupe, which is one of my favorite, like all-time favorite shirt patterns. And I made it in this really very lightweight viscose linen from Rainbow Fabrics. And I did put a little Rosy Cheeks label in there that says made in me time. And I think it like suits it's a good color match for the shirt. So this has like front yoke with some gathers in here. But in this case, I did lengthen the shirt by quite a bit, like 2 or 3 inches at least. And then instead of hemming the traditional way, I did use some bias tape from the Specky Seamstress. I know this is very creased at the moment, but I just wore it just the other day. So yeah, it's been hanging in my wardrobe ever since. The final thing that I made in the shirt department was a Nepheline blouse by Vivienne Xiaochen. I have made one of those earlier, but then I made like the deep scooped version with a ruffle, and I do like that one, but I always have to wear something underneath it because, you know, it's so low. So in this case, I made the other version and it buttons all the way up. And I made this in a very lightweight Indian block print that I got from Rainbow Fabrics in a drop that they had earlier this summer. And it is so lovely to wear, and I've worn it a lot. The thing about this that I really like is that they have, you can't really see it because the fabric is so busy, but it has these like great pleats down the sleeve, and it really, like, if I made this in a plain fabric, you could really see that pop, and I just love those kind of details. So yeah, those were my makes from July and August and September. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel this Friday. And yeah, I hope you saw something that inspires you to make something. What do you think about my makes? What your what was your favorite? I would love to hear from you on that account. And I hope you have a lovely, lovely weekend. And yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.